All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our final True to the Core deep dive of the day. This is on reporting and analytics. So happy to have you all here. If you have been with us on previous sessions today, you know what we're going to do. But an overview for those of you that have not been with us. We extended these deep dives as a chance for you to continue to ask questions after the True to the Core keynote, because there's just not enough time to get to all the great questions that you all have. And your feedback, the things that you share, the things you ask about really truly help influence the product roadmap and really make this community part of our product development lifecycle here at Salesforce. So before we get into the live question and answer, just a reminder that Salesforce is a publicly traded company, and please make all of your purchasing decisions based on currently available functionality. And thank you so much for being here today, not just at TDX, not just at this session, but just here in general. Thank you for showing up, sharing your feedback, and being part of this community and actually helping us grow and to deliver features that are really relevant to you and how you do work. I am going to let our panelists introduce themselves and share what their area of expertise is, so that if you would like to ask any specific questions during the Q&A, you know who to direct them to. Alif, I'll hand it over to you first.
Yeah. So hello, everyone. First of all, it's super exciting to have the chance to be in this event, to meet with all of you in person. So I'm Elif Tutuk. I run the product team for Tableau Next and CRMA. And again, I just want to thank you, as Katie was mentioning. The best way to build the best product is to co-innovate, and that's great to have you and users like you. So with that, I will pass the ball to Skip.
Hi, I'm Skip Sauls. I've been at Salesforce 13 years and worked on Visualforce, Lightning, and then Wave, Einstein Analytics, CRMA, Data Cloud, and now back to Tableau Next. So I probably know a few of you out there, and we're looking forward to your questions. I'm now responsible for our developer experience and our partner side of things, like ISVs, OEMs, and so forth.
Hello, I'm Dylan Tom, product manager. Fun fact, I came from an acquisition that became Wave, and then CRMA, Tableau Next. So been around for a while in the analytics space, and now latest one is on Tableau Next. So if you're familiar with CRMA and the intelligent apps, we're doing the same thing in Tableau Next, and I'm looking after those. So.
Hi, everyone. Anusha Surpeti. I've been at Salesforce for 9 years. Fun fact, helped build the Lightning Report Builder. Who uses that today? There we go. Almost everyone. So I built a lot of things from Classic to Lightning Report Builder. We also have Raghav, who is the architect of that product, too. And then I've worked on CRM Analytics and now Tableau Next. Currently, I'm leading our metric experiences in Tableau Next.
Hello, everyone. So 12 here at Salesforce. I'm Rauf. So started with CRM Analytics. I ran reporting for a bit after Anusha kind of gave it to me. And anywhere from now on Tableau Next. And a lot of my role is all the deeper integration we do from a Tableau and Data 360, Salesforce platform perspective, and especially in Tableau Next. Those are the things I drive.
Fantastic. We have a lot of various different reporting analytics functions that we can cover today. All right, before we get to the Q&A, I just want to reiterate how important it is and how important all of you are to the product development lifecycle here at Salesforce, and how you can continue to stay involved. If you haven't already done so, please go check out the IdeaExchange and the Roadmap Exchange. This is where you can submit ideas of your own about features and things that you would like to see improved at Salesforce, and also where you can upvote other people's ideas. We also invite you to attend future True to the Core deep dive sessions. This is the first time we're doing these live, but we do them monthly, and our next one is up on May 12th, so we would love to see you there. I will share a QR code at the end of the session of how you can join and how you can continue to shape that program. And then please continue to participate in our ongoing Salesforce research program, another great way that you can share product feedback. Alif, do you want to talk about maybe some of the ideas that your team has delivered on?
Yeah, so again, coming back, building the best product is the best way to do it, is co-innovating with you. So this year we have delivered more than 365 ideas that you have been submitting. So I just want to highlight a couple of them. Like the first one is the custom color palettes for web authoring. Like it's a great capability to be able to apply your own branding as you're building the dashboards. The other one is like we have heard several times like to be able to embed into Google Slides, so we have that capability. And then just again like being able to apply to color to different headers, like all of those ideas like from the detail featured level or like more broader things in terms of like being able to synchronizing multiple map views when two or more than one maps are being used on the dashboard. So these are some of the highlights that we picked, but there has been much more, a lot that we have delivered. And with that, again, we are here to hear your ideas or your questions that you may want to ask.
All right, well, let's get to it. A couple housekeeping items. When you line up at the mic, you will get one question. That doesn't mean that that's your only question for the day. It just means that we want to give the next person in line a chance to ask their question and get as many voices up at the mic as possible. So you're welcome to go back to the end of the line after you've asked your question if you do have a second one. I will put the panelists' names back up on the slide as well. So if you have something that you would like to specifically ask some person, you'll be able to do so. And then the final thing is just add as much context as possible. Give us the details of your question. Sometimes the actual specific use case can be really helpful in either troubleshooting or knowing exactly what that kind of next step might be. So with that, please feel free to line on up at the mic and we will get our Q&A going for the team.
I was actually going to save this question for the second one because I wanted to start on the happy end, but this is an oldie and a goodie. And I actually, few Trudeau cores ago, I asked you guys, can we increase the report subscription limit? And I was told that we have 15 now. Yippee, great. I go back to my org, and I still have 7 because we're an enterprise. And so somehow you guys did increase it for all the other ones, but I was told that we have 15 and we do not. Is it so hard for you guys to increase that to 15 for enterprise? Enterprise is also pretty expensive.
Great feedback. And so, Raghav, do you have any input on that? Or?
I answered your question even back then. So the reason why, okay. So again, this is a closed room, and I want to be blunt with you guys, right? Like, so the reason why subscription limit increase is a problem is because it takes a lot of services, and it causes a lot of service outage in other services the minute I have subscriptions. Imagine that every person in your org has close to 15, and not everyone subscribes at different points. There are huge hotspots, like Monday, 9 a.m., super popular. And we've seen that services are down and out. So one thing I would ask, if you have an enterprise edition license, please file a case or a ticket with us. If not, just reach out to me directly. My name is Raghav Ravichandran. I'm the architect on the OA reports and dashboards team. Full disclosure, I was the one who increased the limit, personally wrote the code to increase it from 5 to 7. I also wrote the code to increase it from 7 to 15, and I was the one who reverted it as well. So, so with all the full disclosures, I'll say that if you have an enterprise edition, and if you don't see 15, please raise a ticket to us. We will evaluate your org. We will evaluate like the subscriptions in that org, see if there is a risk of services going down and whatnot, and be fully transparent with you. But that is what it is. How easy, you asked a question of how hard can it be? Believe me, it's hard. It's hard. The making the code change is easy. I can do it like as I'm sitting here, but if some services go down, that's not, it's nasty. So.
See, it would have been nice if you told me that I wasn't going to get it.
I would have.
Like,
Completely. Totally, I agree. I blame the PMs for it. Like I was. Anyway, I was just kidding. But like I did tell you even back then, like that. But this is the full disclosure. But you can always contact us.
I think a general attempt was based on the true to the core feedback. We want to bump it up, and we've looked at creative ideas on how we can do that. One of the idea we're still brainstorming is, as we started building more reporting on Data 360 as well, could that be a mechanism to say, can we go remove some of those limits? With Data 360, we have a different performance profile than what we used to do. So we're evaluating those changes to see if there's a more creative ways. And Andrew has a different kind of feedback to us on like those queries, but we'll keep looking at it. But on core, as Raga was saying, it is a hard problem for us to solve.
Thank you. I'll file a case too, because that would be awesome. My question is about the idea around filtering record count in report counts or filtering on summary. It made it into the release notes a few years ago, got pulled at the last minute, and then it's got 38,150 points, last update 3 years ago. Is there any, yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's
Yeah, do you want to just come on up, join us?
we have a hot seat for you.
So there are. Oh no, it's okay if I answer from here, right? Like, so there are two ideas which are related. One is filtering on record count, and the other is filtering by custom summary formulas.
Yes.
Both of them are so today. Obviously, you guys are reports power users, but like I can talk a little bit, just lift the hood a little bit. So. So today, reports can be used in multiple modes. One mode, which is a little problematic but very popular, is summary with details, which means that I can have the summary group information, but I also have the detail rows within that. So the problem of introducing the record count filter on top of those kind of reports is that I'll have to do multiple passes because I also do clipping at 2,000 records. I'm talking about all of this in very technical terms because you guys know it very well. So what happens is all my aggregate calculations today happen in one pass, big O of n. That's why we don't support stuff like standard deviation, because there is no way you can do like standard deviation calculation in one pass. So if I want to do record filter count filtering and CSF filtering, I need to do double passes, which screws up the performance of reports, point number one. Point number two is we can push down all of this to the database, but we'll only be able to do it for reports with the details hidden. Both of this is being worked on, and hopefully by, I don't know, this is summer, the next release is winter. Winter, we are targeting at least a beta for both these. Whether we expose it for both summary with details and without details is something that we will be transparent about. Sorry for not updating the idea. More than happy to, but it's being worked on today in the Scrum walls.
Okay, that's great. It's set to in development, so I'm glad to.
And I think
it is in development.
And because sometimes these multi-pass passes happen, we got a lot of feedback when we did data cloud reporting because customers did not want you to go on the same data, do multiple passes. So that's why kind of some of this pullback happened, but we're going to work on it.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
You should just stay. It's going to be a question for you. So it's a two-part question, but it's the same exact question. So it fits in the rule, but I'm going to ask it as two parts. One, you're familiar with row-level formulas.
Yeah.
What is the reason why there is only one? That's the first part of the question.
So there's going to be two starting next release.
Okay.
And Raghav, what's the limit for data cloud reports?
We don't.
5. 5 for data cloud reports.
Yeah.
For row-level formulas.
Row-level formulas starting.
I keep asking the same question. How can we more? So data cloud reports was one area we kind of kept pushing the limit higher. But what you're saying is in core, how much you can use?
I'm not going to get rid of the need to do a report on core records for a...
No, I'm not even going to DCR, data cloud reports. I'm talking about core reports.
I need like
starting
5.
Summer, what is summer? Next release is 2. When am I going to get 5? I think it will take time. And the reason, because, and I'll be transparent with you. So today, bucketing and row level formulas get converted into what we call virtual columns in the database, which means that there is no actual physical column, but I create these columns in the database on the fly, which means that it will screw up performance very bad. So today, if you have a report with like 5 buckets, the performance of that report is going to be at least 90% worse than what it is for 1. So today we've bumped it up to 2 because that is the service protection and all of it, and I made the change myself again. We will, the effort is to actually go and increase that to 5. Because we have 5 buckets already. Imagine if I have 5 buckets and 5 row-level formulas. The next true to the core, you'll come in the same stage and say that the performance sucks.
But
what
we
you
can already
guys
make
do.
reports.
I have 3 formulas and less buckets.
Yeah.
But, so it is hard to do that. Think about like customers who already have 5 buckets. Will I go delete 2 from them?
But we already can build reports.
Let me choose. Like,
We can build bad reports today. Like, it very much lets us build really unperformant reports that load really, really slowly. So let us make the decision of like, worst performance, but meets business case and not making a
But it's not just about, sorry to, I'm not trying to sound argumentative. I understand it. It is not just the decision from your end, but it is also a service protection, the resource consumption, every decision from our end as well, right? Like, the effort is to actually go and bump it up to 5. Today we bumped it up to 2. Trust us, we will try to optimize it. We will try to bump
Maybe 1 per release.
Sure.
Wait, was that a sure?
Two is no. Two is happening, but I wouldn't say 1 per release.
Let's try 1 per release. Try. Thank you.
Should I? Is it for me or?
I don't
know who it's for.
Just have a comment, like maybe like providing an experience where they can actually test and see the impact of that change as a performance-wise.
But it would cost us service.
Yes.
It's a service problem. It's not so much of a report performance problem.
I was thinking, like, you can group by three groupings by row, unless you have a group by column, and then you can only do 2, and then 1 group. Like, why not just do it like that? You can have 5 buckets, 5 formula fields, or 2 buckets and 3 formula fields. And anyway, I don't need to belabor his question because I got mine.
Go for it.
So I love your color schemes, water, for charts, like water and sand and bunny farts and unicorn fart, like, great. But I sure would love to make my own. And it was clear from something graphic you showed about custom colors, you're aware that we want custom colors, but am I wrong? Like, I don't think I can do that in a standard Salesforce.
You can't until this release. After this release goes out, you can.
Then, okay, that's...
So you can go and create custom themes in your themes and then use those themes in your dashboards.
Okay, cool. I was asking.
You can clap for that.
I love it.
I think so that was the feedback from last True to the Core, and we took it immediately and turned it around. You should also say good things about us.
Well, I was actually also going to talk about the themes of the dashboard because I don't know if you guys know, but I love dark mode.
Yeah.
I've asked a lot for dark mode, and we finally have it. And
What are the most commonly used fields and like report types, and use that metadata and make it even more personal. Yeah, so +1 to that. That's what we are discussing and working towards.
Dreamforce?
It is being worked on as we speak.
Yeah.
Winter?
I don't want
Actually,
to
I'll have a
take
reverse
time.
ask.
Yeah.
We just shared the ability to go create report types and other through agents and calc field.
I don't want more report types. That's more mess. That's like tech debt.
Okay.
Yeah.
But,
No, that's great to hear it.
but
Like,
any
it-
feedback on that would be great.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to
And
add a new rule.
Sorry, I love the fact that you are suggesting this because actively working, any feedback, anything will be.
Will it be a
super
paid feature?
Yeah, it will be.
To build it, uses credits, or to run the report every time if they save it?
I don't think running
don't-
will ever be.
Yeah, we don't have these
Yeah,
details.
it
but
depends on the
should be.
edition, right?
Okay.
So, for example, A1E has a different rule around.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to add a new rule to the list of rules for people asking questions. No more requesting commitments by Dreamforce.
Thank you.
The team will let you know what is an appropriate time commitment.
Well, you only have 10 minutes, so.
Yeah, I know.
So my question is about, well, I don't know if you call it tech debt, but just the proliferation of reports and dashboards that are in folders that are nested, and just, is there any tools or plans on helping us clean up just unused reports and just messy reports? I think Agentforce could be a good use case for Agentforce.
It's,
There's a whole bunch of reports that's never been used in the last 10 years.
So we are actually working exactly on this. We are calling it, it's more of a cleanup tool, as you're rightly pointing out. So today there is an idea on IdeaExchange called Report on Reports, which is to give you additional information about reports, to say, hey, these are all not been run for a long time. These are all like, it has owners who are no longer active and stuff like that. So we are going to put all of this in, so we are collecting all of this metadata and putting it into a central catalog and using that to give you recommendations on manageability of reports and dashboards in general, and even folders for that matter. Because there are folders, there's proliferation of folders as well, right? Like, so proliferation of reports, dashboards, folders, discoverability of report types, all of these are actually Agentforce use cases that we are concentrating on, and also creation of reports. So all of these are today being worked on, and hopefully they'll, we can in the coming releases show you guys and play around with it.
That would be great.
Yeah.
In terms of running of reports, you want to exclude somebody like me who just wants to look at the report, and say, what is this report? I don't want that to count as a report run.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Like providing monitoring and
As we're
observables.
designing it, if you can send a note, as we're designing it, we would love to get early feedback as well, because this is right now on the docket of starting to get implemented. So an early feedback would be great.
If you have the survey link, I'll do that.
Thank you.
Hi. I have a few questions, so I'll get back in line. I could have hallucinated this but I could have sworn it a couple of TDXs ago, maybe, possibly. Was there ever talk of having a row level formula at the custom report type?
Good question.
I thought I heard that at some point.
That is, again, one of the things that we are potentially working on as we build the Lightning custom report type builder, which I think a lot of people love, and thank you. Thank you for that. As I said, also say good things. So the Lightning custom report builders, thanks to great feedback from people like Evan Ponter, many people actually, right? Like, so Aaron Creer, David Karnes. I want to call all these names out because these are people who contributed into, and a huge round of applause for them, actually, please. Thank you for that feedback. Creating a formula field as part of custom report type builder in Lightning is being worked on in the long list of the other priorities that we have, but we have it on our road.
Actually, one other element to add over there is just from a solutioning perspective. We recently opened up reporting on semantic data models as well. With semantic data models, you have a lot more flexibility in terms of what data you do, what kind of calcs and other you would like to do. So there's a lot of role, like the measures and custom dimension and other, you're able to bring it into reports. So I know that's like activating data 360 and some of the other data movement included there, but we've been enhancing that as the reporting experience.
Hi. So our org has a master, essentially a master case record. It's for legal matters. And we have a ton of related objects that come back. For us, we ran out of roll-up fields very early during our implementation and rely very heavily on tools like DLRS. Is there any initiative or looking at the possibility of adding filters that would let you filter in like first and last records from a related object?
Oh, interesting. I've never heard that requirement before. When you say first and last, it is first based on what?
Like
created?
Define. Ideally be able to define that, but created, modified system fields would be a good start.
Raghav, would pre-group val and post-group val?
So he wants sorting, really, like sort by created. We can follow up offline to see what the exact use case is.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd love to support that. Like,
Yeah.
because we're looking at whenever you're working with some history objects and other, we've kind of been looking at those use cases. We'd love to get feedback.
Yeah, so there is a similar idea on IdeaExchange. I don't know if it's related, which asks for an aggregate type called first and last, which is kind of similar to this. Yeah, I would love to hear from you. I'll follow up offline.
Yeah.
Hi, really quick question. I promise this one's fast. And I won't ask for a command by Dreamforce. I'll ask for TDX for next year. When I make a new report, it defaults to the recently viewed report type to select. And then when I start searching, I then have to go click all pretty much every time. Can it please just default to all? I really don't want to I don't care about searching the recently viewed. It just never works.
I think if we do that, I'm sure there'll be like 100 other people who say that, why the hell did you change it? So
let it be a preference of my user record I can set. It would just, save me time, like considerable. I make, like, let me just pin like, this is my default search, something.
Sure.
Okay.
Or a
That's
list
a good
view, something.
Yep, good feedback. And
Thank you.
I think we can just look at the overall options, how to make it. Yeah.
Actually, just a quick thing. Do you use Analytics Home? Because I know reports show up there, and that is something that...
He's talking about report types. When I create like new report, it defaults to recent. He wants it to default to all.
For what it's worth, I share his preference. Anyway, I just want to talk about report organization, and I don't know if these are two separate things, but like being able to move stuff in bulk, things like that would be great. But also, you're welcome. Sharing rules, I think we probably all agree, like they are kind of uncool. Like you can only set a sharing rule on the root folder, but you can have subfolders. Like it sure would be better if I had a little bit more control over that, so my users could say, here's my entire department, and then here's a subfolder in my department, because we all end up with like 1,000 folders, and it'd be great to organize it better, but since you can't apply sharing rules per subfolder, like you have to have 1 million folders, and that's a bummer.
You know, I have a very easy answer to this.
No.
Which is that we don't own folders. We used to, but not anymore.
Is someone on the stage? Anyone here?
No. So it is not analytics anymore. It is platform, but it is something that we wanted to do when we owned it. So I'll redirect you to.
We will take it to the platform team.
The fact that the lack of it incentivizes us to have bad organization.
I agree with you on that. Like,
Actually, I would love to follow up on that. Yesterday on the release planning, we saw some related ideas on it, like being able to bring sharing rule on groups for folder access and other. So we would love to see, like, as the team starts on that work, we would love to clean this up.
I'm going to hop in because we have time for about 2, maybe 3 more questions. So quick fire round. We'll see if we can get through everybody.
Just a little bit of follow-up question. But he just asked indeed for management of reports to be able to mass move reports from one folder to the other folder. Just not sharing settings, but my work we just went through huge reorganization and painstakingly removing one report to the other folder and thinking about 3,000 reports.
So that's good feedback. Yeah, we can definitely take it into consideration. You just want to mass move from one folder to one.
Yeah. You need it by next TDX, right? So, okay. Tomorrow is. I think that one we'll follow up aggressively on that.
Okay, thank you.
Hey. 2 small curiosity questions. Why is the pending approvals report? Do you still have to go into Classic? That system report, you know which one I'm talking about? You have to go into Classic to configure it. If you want to see pending approvals, it's got to be done through Classic.
Okay. I think it probably is outside reporting. I don't know if it's related.
Is it an out-of-the-box report? That wasn't Classic?
It's an out-of-the-box report, but it's a system report that you have to, like I said, it can't be configured in Lightning to the best of my knowledge.
Right.
You really do have to jump into Class. It's not a big deal, but it's just an odd spot for it.
One in Lightning. So we had a package that had some out-of-the-box reports, but we didn't rebuild it in Lightning.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's a little thing. And then The other little thing was why, right? So generally, end user using list views as kind of mini reports. Why not just have an export function for list views that is going to export to XLSX? And I don't know, this might not be the reporting domain. That may be the domain of list views.
So yes, yeah, that is the domain of list views. I'm not aware of what they support.
And I just an overall saying, like every time you export data from a dashboard report to Excel, I say an angel dies. So, but we don't want to kill angels. So.
No. All right.
I like that.
We only.
Thank you.
Okay, real quick. Now that Tableau Next is in, I guess, what's the right terminology? Built into the stack? Is that the right way to call it?
Yeah, on top of, like, it's part of the Salesforce platform, yeah.
Part of the platform. What's the long-term roadmap for these three things? I think of reports and dashboards over here, Tableau, which has always been over here, Tableau Next is over here. What's the vision like 2-3 years down the road? Do you see these tools merging at some point, or are they going to stay separate, or can you share anything on that?
And Tim, please jump in, but like the overall value and vision for Tableau Next is the agentic analytics. So, and also like as being part of the Salesforce platform, really making sure that the agentic conversation analytics, proactive insights are available to the user where they live and get the job done. So for now, the thinking is the reporting and the current reporting has its own place, its own value. We continue to make investments on that. And then Tableau Next is really kind of how we can bring the conversation analytics, proactive insights to the users. So anyone else?
Yeah, I think because we have users using very, very successfully different part of the stack, and they're like running an entire operational business on top of it. So what we're doing is we're building a lot of interoperability across these experiences so that you're able to seamlessly navigate across these areas. But saying that, hey, this thing would merge into that area, we're not deliberately looking at that because we do have like hundreds of billions of users kind of looking at different part of our stack any given day, kind of thing.
Okay, so they're going to stay separate.
One thing we're deliberately doing is could Data 360 and the massive data scale another be that intersection point in that interoperability journey? So if I build the data trust at the right place, each one of them will not give you the different answer kind of scenario. So we are focused a lot on data governance, trust, viability. So in part of that interoperability strategy, one of that common data layer would become a critical foundation.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, let's get one more question in.
This one's for my VP. On CRMA dashboards, he had an idea of like a header container that was pinnable. Has that ever been suggested or requested before?
Is this in mobile or in the desktop?
In the desktop.
Desktop
is where we use.
I think there's been an idea for a long time to say if you have the filter bar at the top and can you pin and it doesn't scroll with the rest of the pages.
Exactly.
We haven't explicitly kind of taken that up based on the different ways people are designing, but if there's an interest, we can follow up. Akash, who's one of our leaders in CRMA, is not there, but we can follow up on that piece.
Amazing. Thank you so much. We are actually out of time, but if you want to come up afterwards, we'd be happy to help. Please join us for future True to the Core deep dives. As mentioned, we do these once a month virtually. Our next one is on May 12th, and it is on security and user management. We would love to see you there. And this is also where you can provide feedback on the topics that you would like to do deep dives on. So if there's anything that you would like to see a conversation like this, where you would like to bring more questions. Thank you so much for being here. And then my final ask for you, since this is brand new at TDX this year, if you enjoy this format, please let everyone know in the session survey so that we can bring this back, because it has been a really great way to get feedback from all of you, to include you in the product lifecycle, and to get our product team in front of you and being able to answer these questions. So thank you so very much.